And today we visit Dr. Kobus Neethling. And Dr. Good day, how are you?
Yes, good afternoon. Very well, thank you.
Very good. Doctor, we would like you to tell us slightly about that wonderful recommendation that you received from Forbes, please.
Yeah, it's wonderful because the Forbes, it's an iconic media house, and when they recommend people listen, they ask their executive coaches council or group, I think it's 11 people, to each nominate the best assessment tool in the world. And the Neethling Brain Instruments was amongst that top in the world. We really feel honored about it, it's something very special for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Doctor, tell me, and what are the practical implications of the whole brain instrument?
Yeah. You know, when I started many years ago, I probably didn't have a clue where it would take us. Today we know that you can, if you understand your brain profile and you understand how to operate whole brain as an individual, as a parent, as a teacher, as a leader, as a manager, and you can start in a sense applying your whole brain, your life changes forever. Your company, your organization changes forever, because you can then start using that instrument, understanding how to lead with your 8-dimensional brain, how to make sure that you got all the facts and all the information in place, you've got your systems in place, you've got your people and so on, and that you use your imagination to make sure that your company is functioning whole brain and become a whole brain leader. Or if you're in education, how to teach with your whole brain. We've seen unbelievable results, because if teacher doesn't teach with his or her whole brain, you're probably missing about 70% of the children in your class. We've had groups and schools where the results have gone up from 20% success to more than 80%. It's huge. Or people in sales, selling your car with your whole brain. How to pick up the clue who walked into your showroom and then selling in that person's brain, and 40-50% increase in sales. So I can carry on. The applications of the whole brain is as far as you want to take it. In sport, we worked with A.B. de Villiers for many years, understanding how to use his whole brain as a cricketer, every sport. And so it doesn't really matter if it's in the personal capacity or in a job or business capacity or sport. The added value is absolutely huge.
That's remarkable. Doctor, now how can I actually become a whole brain practitioner?
We have training sessions a few times a year where people come to be trained as whole brain practitioners. As you know, we operate in more than 50 countries at the moment, so you become it's an international accreditation. And there's one in the end of August, and then the beginning of October there's another practitioners training. And people that have started to do it, it's an add-on, it's a business opportunity that you can add on to your business that you have, or make it part of your present business. But again, the value add is tremendous.
So in actual fact, this whole brain practitioners training, it can be for managers or for business professionals or for sports people, whoever would like to excel in their field of
Correct, absolutely. Doesn't matter what you do, it's an add-on, because it's a universal instrument that can be used in every aspect of life.
Doctor, tell me, and another question. You're going to have a conference in due course. Can you tell us slightly about the conference?
We're very proud of our conferences. The International Creativity Conference, we have 2 every year, one for business. It's now, numbers the biggest one in the world. We have 40 international innovation and creativity leaders presenting. I think it's on the 10th to the 12th of October. It's the 24th year. So it's become a sort of historic event in Africa. There's nothing else like it. And then there's one for educators. And there's nothing, again, it's the only one of its kind in the world. And that is also in October. And it's for educators, focus on how to teach with your whole brain, how to bring creativity in education and so on. So this is the 13th year, so they run back to back. So we encourage people to register, because it's really a life-changing experience.
And the basic benefits, the one that you mentioned, it's more for the educators, and the other one?
It's more for business. For business, doesn't matter what part of business, leadership, management, marketing, sales, HR, doesn't matter. The best in the world are here, to introduce creativity to your HR, or innovation to your marketing, or it doesn't matter what part of the business you're in. It's a great experience.
And then you also promote the Beyonders Can you tell us?
The Beyond
about
the program is a training program where we introduce individuals, companies, groups in companies. Sometimes we ask by companies to train 4,000 people and it's how to use your whole brain in whatever department or division you are, but also then to add creativity. How can I become a better idea person? How can I have more and better ideas than the people around me or my competitors out there? How can I become a solution finder, not only a problem thinker, but how can I train my mind to think in solution mode or opportunity mode? And we train the skills and techniques. And what we've seen over so many years is that eventually there's so much growth and development. It is actually amazing how people become more creative, how they see the future first, and how they strategize better, how they can use their whole brain in decision making or relationship building and so on. So there's we have those programs running, continuously throughout the year.
Doctor, last question. If I would become a practitioner, would I be able to also present this Beyond the courses?
No, but you will be able to administer all there are more than 30 whole brain instruments for sport, business, education. You're able to administer that. You're able to give advice, coach people on how to use their whole brain as a business person, as a teacher, whatever. You will be able to do that, and you will immediately be able to earn money doing that.
Doctor, tell me, and I believe it's quite affordable to actually attend this courses and training from you?
The practitioner's course. Yeah, it varies in, it depends how long and how this, but the practitioner's is a 12,000 rand fee, which then includes the training and eventually the accreditation, and you also receive a number of profiles as part of that package. But people who've actually been trained in 2 or 3 months or less than that, if you really start immediately and you're passionate about what you do, can earn that money back immediately in doing the profiles of children or adults.
And I believe it's also always in the state of the mind. I mean, if you decide to come for this practical training or for this whole brain development training, I mean, it's for you to actually take the courage and to go and implement whatever you're feeling.
Absolutely so. I mean, we've seen it over so many years. We've been for 25 years now. That people, let me give you an example, for instance, that let's say education is something that you're passionate about and you do this whole brain training, practitioner's training, and you're involved maybe in schools, or you can maybe do all the profiles of all the matrics, 200, 300, you do their profiles, you can advise them on, what studies to take, what subjects, where to go to after school, give them amazing whole brain advice, and no one else can do it. So immediately you've got a client base of over 300 just in one school. You can imagine also the income you can generate from that, and so on. Or giving advice to people in sales, that's 10,000, getting them together, doing their profiles and advising them how to start selling with their whole brain. I can go on and on, but the practical applications of this is as wide as you can remember or can think.
Doctor, it was so awesome talking to you today, and it's awesome that you received that recommendation from Forbes.
Thank you very much.
It's a wonderful achievement.
Thank you. Thank you.